Welcome guys. So are you tired of using the same old AKM and you want to try something new? Then let me introduce you to the BERYL M762, a better version of AKM. It's slightly more difficult to use, depending on how you use it, but don't worry, this video is all about the BERYL M762, and I will tell you everything that I know and learned from my experience. So let's get this tutorial started with the damage information, which is the most important stats for every weapon. BERYL has a base damage of 46, which is really good damage, but when we compare it to AKM, it has 48 base damage, so AKM deals 5% more damage than BERYL. But it doesn't make any big difference, it still takes the same amount of bullets to kill an enemy in almost all the situations. I mean, the damage difference is so close, it requires the same amount of bullets to kill against all the armor levels in almost all the time. So in terms of damage output, BERYL is almost as powerful as an AKM. Even though BERYL deals 5% less damage, it wouldn't affect that much. But what makes the BERYL M762 even more powerful is its firing rate, also known as the rate of fire. And I put a poll in my community asking which gun do you like, AKM or BERYL M762. 66% of you voted for BERYL because of its faster firing rate. If you're wondering how fast it can fire, it shoots approximately 12 bullets in 1 second, but it all depends on your FPS. It's supposed to shoot 15% faster than AKM, which makes BERYL extremely powerful in close combat fights. So the faster firing rate means a faster time to kill. I mean, it requires less time to kill. Suppose you got into a fight where your opponent already started firing at you. In this type of situations, the BERYL, with its faster firing rate and faster time to kill, is going to help you a lot by killing your opponent faster. Here is the time to kill calculations. It only takes around 1/4 of a second to kill a level 1 armor player. Anyway, this is for 90 FPS players. The time to kill can be changed depending on your FPS. For 60 FPS players, this is the time to kill calculations. These numbers are only relevant when all the bullets hits the target, because missing one bullet will make it all fall apart. Always be careful about overestimating time to kill in a game where recoil is totally random, and especially in a weapon like BERYL, it's more random and harder to control. So this is the spray pattern, or the recoil pattern for BERYL M762 without using any attachments. I know you wouldn't able to understand anything by looking at this spray pattern, so let's add AKM's recoil pattern so we can notice the difference. And obviously the AKM has less recoil, maybe around 15% less recoil than BERYL M762, but we all know BERYL will have high recoil. And as soon as we start putting attachments, the recoil starts getting lower and lower. By the way, BERYL gives you an extra attachment slot, giving you some extra customization. After you put all the attachments on BERYL M762, including the compensator and a vertical foregrip, then its recoil will be almost identical to AKM. But if you're wondering which grip is the best for BERYL M762, then we need to go through all the grips, because each grip has its own purpose. So I tested each and every grip for spray patterns. Okay, let's start with the compensator. It reduces recoil by about 10%. And on top of that, if you put vertical foregrip, it reduces the vertical recoil by about 15%. Moving on to the half grip, it reduces both the vertical and horizontal recoil by about 10%, I think. But in return, it reduces the stability of the weapon. Basically, it's gonna make your weapon shake more while firing. And the next one is an angled foregrip. It only reduces the horizontal recoil by about 15% and doesn't change anything in vertical recoil. That's why its vertical height is the same as you would be using a compensator. Now to the thumb grip, it reduces both horizontal and vertical recoil, but not by a lot. Its main purpose is to reduce the scope opening speed, so you can open up the scope 30% faster. This is extremely handy in few situations. It's gonna help you to engage into a fight a lot faster. Moving on to the light grip, it increases the stability of the weapon and recoil recovery, really good for single tapping. But surprisingly, it does reduce recoil slightly, not by a lot anyway. Moving on to the laser sight, it doesn't reduce recoil at all, but it increases the hip fire accuracy by about 30%. If you can't hit your bullets while hip firing, then putting a laser sight might help you. So which one is the best grip? There is absolutely no doubt that the vertical grip is the best choice, as it reduces the recoil by most. And thumb grip might be a lifesaver in few situations by opening the scope faster, and also it provides small recoil reduction. It's also a good choice. So how to use the BERYL M762? BERYL might be difficult to use without any attachments, that's why you need at least a compensator. To handle the recoil controlling, most people know the true power of BERYL, but they are afraid to use it because of its recoil. So this is why you need to practice using this weapon without using any attachments. You could either try learning it in training grounds or in a team deathmatch by removing its attachments every time. Whenever you're about to spray with BERYL, always remember to use the crouch while spraying, since it helps reducing recoil so you can hit your shots more accurately. Anyway, here is a training drill that might help you. I guess you are aware that moving while shooting will make you a harder target to hit, so it makes you less vulnerable. You could either learn it in training grounds or in a TDM. So the thing is, you gotta keep moving your joystick all the time even while firing. First, move your joystick in either left or right direction and then scope into your target. Now start shooting while you're moving. This makes you less accurate but also less vulnerable. The main reason why you need to practice this drill is because doing this makes it harder for you to control the recoil, since strafing and shooting makes it less accurate and harder to track the targets. If you're able to hit at least few of your shots to the target here in this situation, then you can easily connect most of the shots when you're shooting normally while standing still or crouching. Anyway, few things you should know about BERYL M762. The firing rate of BERYL is not faster at lower frame rates, especially at medium frame rates. Its firing rate is 20% slower due to low FPS. So BERYL may not perform better if your device doesn't support higher FPS options. Also, it's really hard to control recoil at lower FPS since you need to pull up BERYL a lot faster. So this is a disclaimer that BERYL is not going to perform better at lower FPS option. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. I hope you learned something new. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe for more upcoming videos like this. And see you guys in the next video. Enjoy my bot gameplay. Never gonna let you go, never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you go, never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up, never gonna give, never gonna give. Never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up, never gonna give, never gonna give. Pubg.